Hi everyone, HFX here. Yesterday I did a video about a get home bag where I basically explained the benefits of a get home bag, what it would be used for, and I actually tore my get home bag apart to show you what was in my get home bag. And in the process of making the video and tearing the bag apart, I had to put it back together afterwards. And I got to thinking that it's probably be a good time to refresh some of the supplies in it, because I built a get home bag last summer was when I built it. So we're coming up to almost a year now, and I hadn't changed out anything inside of that bag. So the one thing you want to do is, I guess I'm going to get into a cadence of twice a year now, basically in the fall and in the spring, refreshing the get home bag to ensure that the batteries are fresh, to ensure that all the electronics like the radio, the flashlight and all that are still working, functioning properly. Switch out the batteries for fresh one, because this is this bag stays in my vehicle, so it's subject to a lot of heat stress and cold stress with the fluctuating temperatures that you would find in a vehicle that sits outside a lot. So it's just a good idea to refresh what's in the bag, get some new food in there, get some new meds if they're about to expire. Just use the older ones, put some new ones inside your get home bag. So I did that yesterday, and in doing that, I thought, there's a couple items I could probably add to the get home bag. So this video is a supplement to the get home bag video I made yesterday, and I'll show you a couple items that I'll be adding to my get home bag effective immediately. So the first thing is, yesterday I had AA batteries in a Ziploc bag, and there is a possibility that those could short when they're in a Ziploc bag like that, which would cause everything to catch on fire. So I picked these up a little while ago on AliExpress. I think I paid like $3 for 10 of these. So I'll post a link in the description below. They're basically cheap little plastic containers for AA or AAA batteries, and it basically keeps them neatly organized, prevents them from the contacts from touching each other and shorting out. So anyways, I'll be adding 2 of these for a total of 8 batteries in my bag. I used to have 6, I'll have 8 now. Not that huge of a gain, but it organizes them a little bit nicer. So that's the first item. The second one is a GPS. So this is just an old Garmin Dakota 10 that I've had like 4 or 5 years ago. I don't use that anymore. I've got a newer model. So what I did is I ensured that this one still powers on, so it works fine. I went and I loaded maps for my entire province onto the SD card that's on this device. So I essentially have topo maps for the entire province. Again, I mean, you don't want to rely on this. You still have to know how to use a map and compass, because technology will fail you. It'll fail you at the worst possible time. But the prepper motto goes, 1 is none, is 2 is 1. So between my phone and this device, I essentially have 2 GPS devices with me. Now, both of those could fail, which is why you still want to have a map and compass, and know how to use a map and compass, and know how to land nav. So those are skills that you'll want to get before something happens. But anyway, so that's the second item. It's going to be a GPS device. Has a carabiner here, so it can clip it onto my jacket or the bag that I use or my get home bag. So that's the second item. Third, I realized I didn't have any way of seeing out far. So basically, I had these binoculars laying around. These are Canon 10-25 power. Very compact, so I will be keeping these in my get home bag as well. I do have more powerful Nikon binoculars, but they're a lot bigger, a lot bulkier, a lot heavier. These are ones that I can put on my belt with the belt loop here for the case. So these will be excellent. Still give you a great range, and they're very nice and compact. So I'll be adding this to my get home bag as well. So that's the third item. Fourth item is the Baofeng, I probably didn't pronounce that right. It's the UV5R. It's a two-way VHF UHF radio. This one I picked up from a site called Rapid Survival here in Canada. I'll link it below in the description. This model here came with the extended battery, which is a 3800 milliamp hour battery. Comes off. You can also purchase battery packs that allow you to use AA cells. I believe 6 AA cells in order to power this radio, but there's also a smaller battery that you can get as well that doesn't extend past the keypad on the front of the unit. There is also other accessories you can get for this. There's a mic set. There's an external antenna that's a magnetic mount antenna you can get for your vehicle, so you can get an extended range on it. When I bought this from Rapid Survival, I had provided a list of frequencies I wanted loaded onto the radio, and the team at Rapid Survival were good enough to load those for me. So I've got a lot of the local authorities like fire, Coast Guard, and all that kind of stuff all loaded on here already. Also from Rapid Survival, you can pick up a USB sync cable. And I believe the software is called Chirp, and Chirp will allow you to load and manage the frequencies that are on the radio. So you should find on the internet a site that has the frequencies for your area. Mine had one that had all the frequencies for paramedics, fire, airport, Coast Guard, DNR, which is Department of Natural Resources. All of those frequencies were available, so those are loaded on the radio here. So I'll separate the battery from the radio, keep them separate inside of my bag. I'll probably take the antenna off as well, just to make things a little bit smaller, but I'll be keeping this in my bag from now on. Again, that is the Baofeng UV-5R radio, and I'll link it below. So that's number 4. Number 5, I did have the Stanley FUBAR tool, but I didn't really have a cutting tool aside from the 2 knives that I would have on me, the one that was in the bag and the one that I would carry on my EDC. So one thing I decided to add is an Estwing axe. The great thing about this is very, very, very high quality axe, very sharp. I will be keeping a sharpening stone as well, small sharpening file, in my bag. I don't have it here, but I will be adding it to my bag as well. This axe, just one piece construction with the leather handle on it. So again, really indispensable when it comes to making shelter or making fire, cutting down some firewood. So I picked this up for, I think it was like $50 or so. I got it like a few years ago, and I haven't really had much use for it or put it to use, because I do have a number of other small hatchets that I use around the house. So anyways, be adding this to my bag. You know, you could use it as a defensive tool, of course, but my primary purpose for it is going to be to build shelter and cut down some firewood for a fire if needed. So that's item number 5, be adding to my bag. And the last one is Squinger. So this is basically a Gatorade-like product. There's 50 in here. I bought this off Amazon. I think it was like 25 bucks, so it ends up being like 50 cents a serving. What it is 50 little individual packets of a Gatorade-like powder, if you want to call it. And what's great about these is that you just basically add them to any bottle of water, and it's going to give you, it's going to be able to replace electrolytes for you, some mineral salts, and basically help with dehydration as well. So these are sweetened with sucralose, so these are sweetener, not sugar. So I'll be adding probably a dozen or so of these to my get home bag. Again, pick these up on Amazon, 25 bucks for 50. It's great to have around the house. It's great to have in a bug out bag and a get home bag. And that's item number 6. So those are the 6 items I'll be adding to my bag. I'm not really removing anything from the bag, but I still had room in there. The bag is not that heavy. It's just over 20 pounds. I mean, I'm 180 pounds. I'm in shape. A 20-pound bag is not going to break me, right? So these items I thought were really good additions to the bag. And as well, when I went through yesterday, I refreshed all of the batteries. The mainstay survival rations are still good for like 5 years, so I'm going to leave those in there. What I might be adding is some protein bars, and not necessarily because I don't have enough food in there, but these are things that I can use. I mean, if I'm out for the day and I realize I didn't bring anything to eat, I can go to my bag and go grab a protein bar, and I've got energy for a few hours. So anyways, that's it. Just wanted to bring you guys up to speed on what I did yesterday after I completed the video. I repacked the bag and really realized it was a good time to refresh a lot of the supplies in the bag, and as well add a few items here. So look forward to another video probably in a few months when I refresh the bag for the winter time. Probably be adding more clothing in there, more heating pads or heating sachets for your gloves and so on. So that's it. Again, if you like the video, please like it below. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them, and please subscribe. Thank you.